Uh-oh.
I just tried to go live and tag you, and your thing didn't even pop up on there. I didn't take you off as a friend on here.
Mm. Mm. Let's see. It says slow connection. Hey, what's up, Charlotte? What's up, guys? Okay, here it go. There he go, Lamont. This is the person I've been looking for, Lamont Macon. Bring them on camera. Says you declined me, Lamont. Okay, now it's adding you. All right. Can you hear me?
Good. What the fuck was going on?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you now too. All right. Well, this is the Cocktails with Michelle Sunday night mix up. And I've been watching you for the past couple of weeks. You know, sometimes I got to detox from you. I'm not going to lie. You know, you got to detox sometimes. You got to detox from the internet, especially your friends that, you know, they go hard on the internet. And you are one of my friends that really, really go hard on the internet. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Like I said, guys, this is Cocktails with Michelle, and today we're talking to Lamont Macon. And let me tell you guys how I met Lamont. Um, oh, okay. I met Lamont, uh, I don't know, it has to been like 2018, 2019. It was on, you know, I probably seen him comment under somebody else's post. And around that time, you know, that whole Afrocentric RBG stuff, you know, was really heavy. And matter of fact, I probably been following him longer than, you know, because I didn't start following, really communicating with you until then. I probably was following you way before then because I remember you was making those medallions. And yeah, tell everybody, you know, about yourself, Lamont, your medallions, you know, RBG, you know, what you know, let the audience know what you got going on.
Well, as you stated earlier, how we met underneath the umbrella of the RBG, Black Power, Black Consciousness, whole thing. And I believe um, I was on the post talking about a brother you knew, and you was defending him, and me and you had back and forth on there, and then from there we realized we both was on the same page, and then we went from there. That's how we met. Um, Me, I'm just I got on the internet in 2011. I started making medallions, I think, in 2014, I believe. It happened to took off. I got lucky. It was an item that I knew how to make. I was adept at it, and took off. And so I did it for 8 years. Kept me from having to clock in a job. I would because I wanted to, but it actually kept me from having to work.
Well, so making medallions, you created a business making.
Yeah, I started a business. Well, what happened was that I was downtown LA, um, and we went across a Chinese store, and I seen the regular $10 unks, the plain unks. But I know how to hook it up, so I took it home. I bought two of them. I took it home, rearranged them, shaved some stuff. I'm good with my hands working, and I fixed it up a little bit, and I took some pictures. Me and my ex at the time, we took some pictures. I posted it, and then from there it took off. Obviously if I paid 10, I charged 20 for it, and then from there I started RBG Mentality Medallions, and
Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah, RBG mentality.
that was it. And I retired from it. I think a couple of years ago. I just thought I lost the zest for that whole umbrella of that Black conscious power. I lost the zest for that, so I just stopped making
Yeah, that
medallions.
RBG community type of thing. Tell us what happened with that. You want to talk about that?
Um, I
I know
think
it
what
was a lot
happened.
of stuff with the Texas area, you know, there's a lot of drama going on around that.
I mean, in a nutshell, what it was a grand idea. It was a good thing. It was brothers and sisters underneath the umbrella of Black consciousness, all different kind of backgrounds. People were scholars. People was ex-husbands, drug dealers. It was a little bit of everybody, strippers, everything. As long as we understood, we was being gangsters, and then I think partying and just nobody was used to that. So egos and nigga shit, invaded it, and then it just fell apart. That's all. It wasn't. It
Right.
was people and different ideas and things.
Right. 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 So, like fast forward, um, till because I think once you left that area of, or that part of your life, you migrated into something of off grid life. Tell us about that, how long you've been doing that, and you know, let the people know about what you do off grid. Because let me tell you, I've heard some amazing stories, like delivering babies in the middle of the woods and in cabins y'all created out there. So that blew my mind to hear that y'all delivered a baby out there.
Yeah. Well, what happened was that brother Dante Davis is a brother that I met at a rally. Usually, when you end up in situations where you deal with people online, it's usually that y'all both were convicted and what you pushing. That's how me and you met. So usually it's people that's strong in their convictions. They usually find a way to get off the internet and meet up and do something. That's me and you done, and everybody else that I've met, we've actually done stuff.
Right.
So that's something. So ran across this brother at a rally, stayed in contact, and years later he invited me to this other land that was somewhere else, and I couldn't make that. And then the next one was in Louisiana, and I made that trip. And as soon as I went to these 69 acres of land, I knew what it represented. I knew it was up. So that was in 2019. We went out to live out there officially during COVID. We packed up everything in the house. We was living in Hot Springs, or we packed up. We drove about almost 3 hours away to the camp, 69 acres of family land, family-owned black land, and we started building cabins and off-grid and bringing in solar panels and chickens and just acquiring everything up to date. Now we have several cabins out there. We birthed a baby almost 2 years ago and built a tiny home, and that's where we live, full throttle, 100% off-grid.
Right. So what made you do the off grid? Like what made you like adventure into that lifestyle? Because that's something that a lot of people wouldn't want to do, and they frown upon it, like, like where do you take a shower, and where do I sleep, and or how we gonna eat, you know what I mean? So like, what was it that got you there, and how did you survive?
I used to be mad at people's questions because I didn't understand that they coming from a perspective of not really knowing about it. But I thought that we knew about it because we be reciting and liking things on the internet. Like it's been talk about people getting land and going off grid for a long time. So I thought everybody was up on it. Everybody was pretty much real the idea of it. So when we did it and I seen the response that we got, it threw me off. It's like it's like you posting about something, and throughout years, people hitting like and hearts and everything. And you go do it, they conflicted in what they seeing, and they ask you questions. You can tell, like, wait, you asking me weird shit. So that took some time to that was the rapid full close to the baby slow about Black Power and consciousness and the people online. So okay, so we took it offline and went off grid, and it was I never really said that and brag about it because I know people understand it. This um, is a flex to say that there was a sister out there who was pregnant and
Hey,
you
I think your volume is cutting out a little bit. Can you turn yourself up, or is it up?
what about now? Is it good
Yeah,
now?
that's better now.
Uh, I think it's a flex for a sister to say that she was out there pregnant and the men built her 2-story tiny home in record time, and got her in there with the baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, so, that's nice to see, your definite change in life. And by the time I met you, it was wonderful to see your growth from one dynamic to the other and how you built up out there. So, I've, had plenty of conversations with you, over the years. And, you are one of like you're the most empathetic person, one of the most empathetic person I've ever met. It's like you feel everything and you see everything and you're concerned, and it's only because you care. You actually care about people. You care about representation. You care about a lot of things. So, that's one of the things I do like about you because you actually do care, and tell us about like the backlash like you received off of your posts, because a lot of your posts are very controversial. A lot of the language is you know cringe worthy to some people, and because you type it all in caps. Typing in caps mean you're yelling at folk, right?
I'm gonna tell you something about that.
Hmm.
I type in caps for a specific reason. And the only reason is for the reaction of the person. You can tell a lot about people. The same way you may think that you can tell a lot about a person who talks in caps, I think there's a lot to say about a person that complains about the person that types in caps. Because suppose I was spelling shit incorrectly, you couldn't make out what I'm saying. That would be a major problem. But I'm
Right.
spelling everything correct, using the right quotations, everything. I know how to spell. So everything's spelled correctly on there. It just happens to be in caps. And
Yeah, you're very educated, by the way. Very, very nice big words too. You know a lot of big words.
and it bothers people to say, well, why are you yelling? It's like you'll address what I'm saying, and then once you get off that topic, it's, well, why are you yelling? And you never heard my voice yell. You're reading capital letters. That's not yelling. You're reading capital letters.
But
That's
but hold up now, in the community, or this is like a well-known thing, when texting in capital letters, like people are going to automatically assume that, and that, even though that's not what you're doing, but people are going to think that. So you're triggering people. You know that, right?
not really triggering. I'm seeing who thinks with an internet mind versus who thinks with a regular person mind. Because a regular person is going to be like, okay, he typing in caps. They're going to leave it at that. Internet mind person, why are you yelling at me when you've never heard my voice? You've
Right,
never heard my
right, right.
never heard.
But that's text message etiquette and language, But I get it. I get it. So lately you've been kind of going off the handle. January has been a very exciting month so far for the beginning of the year. Um, with the fires, the inauguration, um, a so-called salute that was supposed to be disrespectful, yeah, whatever. But let's talk about that real quick. Where you want to start? You from Cali? I know you got family out there, right? Your mother, sisters, and stuff. So, was there any concern with them in the fires, and what happened?
Only a cousin that's in Los Angeles. My family, they migrated up north, Northern California, so they were completely away from the fires.
Oh, okay, great. Your mom was safe.
Cousin that was down there, and friends that's down there, But they resilient. These
Hmm.
people, ain't gonna be resilient. They deal with earthquakes, so they got to be resilient.
Yep, yep, yep. So, so what do you think about the fires? Like, what happened? I was just reading, my mom just chimed in. Huh?
The fires, I don't watch TV.
Hmm.
I don't watch TV. So as like you, we get information secondhand. We get it through the internet or general conversation out in public. So when I finally did sit down and was watching some of the news and some of the internet stuff about it, to me it seemed obvious that it was set. It was some type of insurance thing. It was some fires purposefully set, and a lot of people got messed over. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
and it shows people aren't prepared in case something does happen. Because I got friends that was down there. I mean, it was people watching fires engulf their houses. That's kind of crazy right there.
Which you said they was watching fires and what?
They were inside their homes watching the fires approach their area. You're supposed to vacate.
That don't make any sense.
It was happening. It was happening. People was watching the fire slowly approach where they live at. Yeah.
Instead of just packing it up and getting on out of there. Yeah,
Oh, go. What you?
it was one video I seen, and it was very terrifying. It was the young lady. She was driving. You could tell everything around her was on fire, and she was going through a tunnel. And when she got to the end of the tunnel and came out the other side, it was like she came out through, the dunes of the of underworld of Hades or something. Like it was crazy. And I go to the comments and like people, this is like, did she make it out? Because it shut off like abruptly. And
Right.
she was in the comment section and she was like, the only reason why she was still trying to get out through that, they was trying to rescue all the horses in the ranch out there and get all the animals out. And, that had been very, very terrifying. So, the internet is already saying that it was a scam set up. It's obvious that to them that the amount of land that burnt up is the same amount of land they need to do these smart cities. You know anything about smart cities?
So, yeah, I read a little bit about them. When you have a controlled area and everything set right there where everything was in like 15 minutes reach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So 40,000 acres with smart cities and a train. Like what is that supposed to be like? Like sound like
Jet,
some Back to the Future type of stuff, you know?
Jetson, like the Jetsons, how the Jetsons was living. That's what it's
Yeah.
really like.
Yeah.
You know,
Smart city.
there's people that think that that's convenience. That's progression.
Do you think mankind is ready for the overabundance of AI and robots and stuff like that? Because that's what it sounds like. A smart city, to me, it sounds like everything is AI and robot generated.
Yeah. Like I say, some people think that's convenience. Like, oh, that would be fun right there.
You
Nah,
don't want your Rosie.
nah. I want it how it is now, and maybe a little bit more advanced, but nah.
Right, right. So what else? Oh, yeah. I know one thing. I see a lot on your posts. You do not like folks that idolize celebrities.
I don't think the numbers increasing of people that hate celebrity worshipers. And you starting to see
Yeah.
how sick of those people on here waking up, wishing celebrities happy birthdays and spelling out long paragraphs to them that celebrities gonna read it. That's kind of
Mhm.
sick.
Yeah, super fan.
Super fan, yeah,
I
worshiper.
mean, and I think it just got worse with this recent, rap beef. Everybody's, Kendrick against Drake and all of that, and oh yeah,
So
and Drake got this new suit and stuff, and how all of that stuff is going to hurt. You following that? You know anything about that?
I don't know about that, but it's funny that you bring that up because that did change the game with the way a lot of men operate on the internet too, going back and forth with the whole Drake and Kendrick thing. That was sad. It was sad to see a lot of that. It was sad.
What
Yeah.
was the most disturbing part of that? Did you see? Because you always got a story or something you done ran into online, and
Okay, there was a couple of them, but one of the main ones was people that have never been to California and don't know much, speaking about the concert that Kendrick gave. They were saying he brought all the gangs together and he stopped the gang banging and everything. And it's like they didn't understand that they watching something that was within the confines of that right there. That didn't apply to areas over here and there. It was still people dying and gang banging going on. But it was crazy how people watch that and believe that they know what's going on. That was the craziest part for me.
do you do you think what Drake is doing right now, as
So
far as yeah, do you think it's non hip hop? Do you think it's a disgrace, or do you think it's business and he's on a whole nother level of money that we couldn't really understand? Like,
I mean, if his business, if he's legally able to do it, then he can classify it as business. But as far as music and hip hop, that's whack right there. I don't even follow it no more. Once you find out that somebody's suing somebody, it's like I over.
nothing
You don't even follow.
else to talk about.
Yeah.
Nothing else to talk about.
Not a fan.
Right. Well, I like Kenny. I like the new album. I'm excited to see it for the Super Bowl. I'm not a big fan, but I like music. I love to listen to good music, you know. Huh?
I can't even see you no more.
See what?
See you. You can see me?
Yep.
My screen is blank.
I don't know. Yeah, I just see the other way around now. You just turned it around. But yeah,
I
huh?
got a complete blank screen.
Well, I can see the other side now. You're
You turn it back.
projecting? Okay. I don't
Damn,
know.
damn. I may have to go out and come back.
All right, so yeah, that was guys, that was my friend Lamont. And when I tell you every day, I think he be crashing out on the internet, honestly. Let me see. He just wanna come back in. Let's see. We can add him in. There we go.
Yeah,
Crashing out.
man. Now I stuck.
Mm-hmm. It be like that though.
Yeah, now
Let me see something. Let me see. Says you're joining. It's coming. It's coming. You want me to take you back out again? Oh, my mom said she could see both of us, so it's fine. You just can't see nothing. But
I can hear you clear.
can you
Let
hear
me
me?
come out and try to come back in.
Okay. Let's see. There we go. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back.
So you was asking about the Nazi sign.
Oh, okay. Yeah, politics. Well,
The elect.
okay. Inauguration, the election. What did you think about the whole campaign and everything how it transpired?
To tell you the truth, I mean, as far as like watching it, I didn't have a chance. I was working at the time when he was doing all that. I wanted to go out there and vote for Trump, but I was at the job. I couldn't really do it, but I supported him on the internet, as much as I could.
Oh, okay. So you're a supporter of.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah, but I didn't vote, so but I would have voted. I definitely.
Mm-hmm. What did you like about Trump?
Um, what's unique about his situation is that when you hear all the things that people say about him that's false, that's enough to make you be like, nah, I'm gonna stick with him. You I you don't even need to know any policies. It was enough bogus information about him as to where it was a clear sign to vote for him.
Right, right. And could you would think if you hear something about somebody over and over again from several different people and it's all the same bad stuff, what everybody you would think people would believe it, right? But in this situation, this man he continues to gain the trust of so many people. And one but can't help but wonder why, you know?
Policies. I mean, I read something today where he put some type of sanction on Colombia because they refused some of the immigrants, and that's a good thing. I mean, he pushing. I didn't think all those stories was true about the ICE going around, but apparently it is.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Heard all about that as well.
if that goes down, then it's time for the people that don't work, claim they ain't no jobs. They got positions.
You say that again?
Black people got to go into them positions and fill them up. These positions that's open.
Well, so would that attribute to them saying that, like, come on now, they've been talking about black people are lazy. We hear it all the time.
Yeah,
So
we hear it.
now folks is mad that the people are getting deported because now are they mad because they got to go back to work or what?
I it's hard to tell, but I know that anybody who needs gainful employment, they need to be watching that real closely, especially any brothers that do construction.
Mm-hmm.
That's the major part of them not being documented. And
Got it.
then
Got it. Got it. Yeah, you hear about it all the time, but you don't see. I didn't know that they were actually starting to deport people already. Like I didn't know that, but now that we see it and it's actually happening,
it's going
you
down.
know,
It's going down. I think that's a good thing. I mean,
why is it a good thing?
because there's people that have been in situations. You can take a car accident, for instance. You don't even have to go into business and they're taking resources. You can look at the simple thing of you being an American over here, driving to work, and then get T-boned or back-ended, and then you get out the car, and then there's one of them, and then the police arrive, and accidents aren't a criminal thing anymore. It's a civil thing. The police are just there to make sure people don't get out of hand, and y'all exchange information. So they're not even there for any traffic thing. So imagine on your way wherever, and you get hit, and this person here has no ID, no registration, no nothing. They going off of a name and a common name. That's
Mhm.
not. You got to
That's
pay for your
that's what at-fault driver's insurance is for.
still.
But you're right. Essentially, you're right.
You can't go to Mexico or anywhere else in the world and do that same thing. You can't do that anywhere.
No, 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 you can't. Well,
Here,
why are so many people like, like, do they realize like it was the most people um brought to this country illegally ever before, like in history? Like I heard it was like almost over 30,000 or something like that. Over 30,000. And they was not 30,000, it was 30 million. I heard it was over 30 million. And if you think about the population, you know what I mean, the population of black people, that's pretty much is almost hitting us off right there.
that's a lot.
Yeah, over 30 million, that's a lot of people.
I haven't heard that right there, but that is a lot.
Yeah.
That's
The numbers
bananas.
keep going up and down, but from what I know, last time I heard it was 23 million.
Yeah, it's. I don't.
Okay, think about millions and twenties. How do you feel about Kamala's campaign in the 20 billion negative
That's how much her campaign was.
in debt? Yeah, like
How
in
much?
the negative.
You said you didn't say billion. You said million, right? I'm about to say, no wait, no, wait, what?
It was
Wait a minute.
billion, yo.
Say it again.
20 billion. That's what they were saying. Allegedly, it was 20 billion. If you go look it up online, it'd say it. All the bloggers was talking about it was everywhere. 20 billion. How does your campaign go in the negative of 20 billion? And it was like Trump campaign offered to help pay it off.
Nah, hell, that's wasted money. Now, that is insane.
They
I
was
never heard that.
paying celebrities to come on. They had Meg Thee Stallion on there shaking her coochie on stage. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was cool with that, but then they was upset that Snoop and Nelly performed at inauguration. Like, how do y'all are okay with this, but not
Yeah,
okay with this?
that
It's like they try to find a way to be mad and negative about a lot of things.
shows you the level of ignorance, the just shows you the level of ignorance and how deep racism can be, as to where you can just see somebody and just start going off of what you heard of their races. You're not even looking at policies, anything, or how you being done with the people that's in office right now. And show you how ignorant. It's not like we grow up knowing about politics. Politics is something that the individual has to sit down and study and take as a real course. Otherwise, you're gonna go with. Remember, it was BET putting people up on Project 25.
Was and they was spinning it how they wanted to spin it so people could be afraid of it. That's how they create fear. I remember because it was one of the last, oh, okay, the last election before with Biden and Trump. And Black Lives Matter, they was going around doing their thing. And I got on the website and it basically was talking about all the donations go to the Democratic Party. And it was like a list of people that the donations and how much it was going. And what it was the description of what it stood for. It didn't stand anything pertaining to Black men and protecting Black men. But that's what you would think Black Lives Matters meant because they was out there. You get what I'm saying? But none of the money is going towards the community. It's going towards politicians' degrees, their pockets. But nobody really wanted to, none of the Democrats wanted to be like, oh, that does sound kind of weird, that they then gave so-and-so this much money. The fact that it said that on that website and people, even though you show it to them, they overlook it like it don't even exist. Or they want to argue it down because they want to believe Trump is a racist.
That's what I'm saying. That's how deep and how much of a demon racism is, because you can be looking at something and just prejudge without hearing nothing. And that's what they did. I remember asking my ex, her father, about that woman that was running Black Lives Matter. And somebody had interviewed her and they let her off light during the interview. He didn't really grill her. And I remember asking my ex father, I said, how do you think she got that money? He said, oh, she was an author before that. This man didn't even take consideration. Nobody's buying books like that. No author is selling, getting $30 million off of books down. Like that don't happen no more. It don't happen no more. People make up excuses for that. And I think she lost some of the homes in the LA fire too.
Oh yeah, yeah, I heard about that too. I heard about that, yeah, too. And and that's you mentioned it earlier, the salute. Like it was just crazy that people took something that was supposed to be, and to the people that were there, a happy moment. Because I get it, if you voted for Kamala and you don't like Trump, you were not happy at all. So why would you even be watching the inauguration? Why would you even care to even watch the inauguration? You get what I'm saying? But I feel like people were looking for something to point out and be negative. And before that man hit his chest and did this, and you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a Nazi way. A Bellamy salute, if you really think about it. And one of my followers, not followers, but one of my Facebook friends on here, he even did a post about it the other day, talking about you guys don't even know your real history. Before World War II, everybody here was doing that same salute.
Yeah.
Until Hitler, he took it over, and now he started doing it, so the Americans stopped doing it. But see, people just play that one part that he did. They didn't play that snippet of what he was saying before he did.
Right.
He said, my heart goes out. He was saying, thank you. My heart goes out to you. And he put his hand over his heart and sent it out to the people. And y'all want to make that into something negative. And then when the ADL comes out and says they don't have a problem with it. Oh, they get to pick and choose, because if it was this, that, and the third, or when it was Kyrie Irving, they did this and that, and da, 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 da. I was like, well, what do they have to gain for letting him slide?
Maybe.
Because you guys are already going to give him enough public scrutiny anyway.
Remember, like I had told you, they could have did it for a favor later on down the line.
Yeah, that is true.
It could be that. Yeah, it's no telling. It's absolutely no telling. When I first seen it, I thought, okay, well, man, what is he doing? But after looking at him place his hand on his heart, that's something totally different.
Well, I mean, you see how excited he was going on the stage. You know what I mean? And it was just the adrenaline going when you're super excited.
Yeah. He was hyped.
Yeah, he was hyped. And it just really crazy. Like when they want to call them a racist, but y'all intentionally look for something to call them a racist. Doesn't that make you a racist?
I don't know how they call him racist when wasn't he the same man that when he came out with that coin, everybody was to the moon and back, and Elon every day I remember reading a post about somebody talking about Elon Musk, black people, a couple years
Go,
ago.
going. Yeah, and then it was like we're gonna boycott Teslas, but yeah, I mean he doesn't even
You gonna boycott everything but what you need to boycott. That's crazy.
boycott the club,
That's the entertainment should be that should be the easiest thing because
boycott turn the TV offs.
you don't have to have it. You don't absolutely don't have to have it. Food, everything you gotta have that. You gotta shop in certain areas, but entertainment you don't have to absolutely pay for that.
Yo, that's crazy. You know, I seen a post. Somebody was like, he signed all them executive orders and not one to lower the price of groceries. I'm like, y'all got to be the slowest. Got to be the. I don't even want y'all slow. Y'all really think
That,
that that man is going to write an executive order? All grocery stores lower your prices now.
that's
Like, what? Really? Is this how that works? Like, we don't understand what supply and demand is and why things are high. You know, didn't we just have an influx of a bunch of chickens that were gone? So that means they're dead. Whatever happened to them. Now we got less eggs coming in. What do you think is going to happen? It's a supply and demand. If we have less supply of it, guess what? You're gonna
more
pay. You're gonna pay for it.
more demand. Less supply means more demands.
Exactly. So, like, I can remember when I was working at Instacart, right? And it was like during the whole COVID thing, and it had been like 2022, and you know, working Instacart, and you know, sometimes when you go in the grocery store to look for stuff that people need, they don't have it's certain things that there's not there, like a certain flavor. Let's just say the lime flavor tortilla chips. You know what I'm talking about? The hint of lime ones. So they wouldn't be in there. And I was like, dang, I could have sworn this was here. You know what happened? He was like, oh, we haven't had these in a month. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, well, come to find out, it's a certain ingredient that they use to make this potato
My,
chip. And
my,
that certain ingredient is in this, that, and the third. It's like three other products. And he was like, it's a supply and demand. So now they don't have enough of this type of seasoning or whatever additive that needs to go in this product. Even though it
make
goes in three other products, they can only distribute it as much as they can. So now, when they used to have a bunch of it, and this bag of chips was $3, and now they got freaking three times less of it. What do
right.
you think? It's about to be $6, $8 for that bag of chips. It ain't the
People,
president that does that, that can fix that.
they,
It's come
they don't
on.
they don't understand business. They don't understand. So imagine somebody thinking like that, thinking that. So if somebody thinks government thinks like that, imagine how they think business works and how war works and politics work. It's like they don't get it. They conceive their ideas from an entertainment perspective. He in office and he doing all this other stuff, so he should automatically be able to lower food prices.
You should automatically be able to make gas 50 cents again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I find it disturbing that as people we're looking for the worst, and we're inviting and we're putting it out there. Oh well, I guess we about to be on the plantation again. I was like, who is we? It ain't gonna be me. And if it's gonna be you, that's your problem. Because let me tell you something. Why would you even want to roll over and walk out onto that plantation? It's a choice, right? Didn't Kanye say it was a choice? Y'all are proving his whole quote, right? Right. It aged very well. Y'all are
Yeah.
making a choice by saying, "Oh, they're gonna make us slaves again." Really? Who thinks like that? To me, that's like weak minded,
Yeah.
feeble mind mentality.
Yeah. That's why I said anybody who's really following, because if you notice, like this last maybe week and a half, they've been in on Trump, like having fears of going back to slavery and he gonna do this and he gonna do that. People talking about moving out the country, and it's like y'all doing and saying all this, but nobody's preparing for what you need to be preparing for, regardless of who is in office. You know what I
Right.
mean? Jobs. I'm pretty sure it's, you know how many people be on the internet talking about how they hate their jobs? How many of them right now is actively looking for something better so they can quit
Right.
something better, like making progress? But it's easy just to sit back and complain about some boogeyman in the office. Don't have nothing to do with the immediate laws that's going to affect you at the local level. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah, I agree. And something rung a bell the other day too when I thought about it. So, he signed an order to, Trump basically, he's trying to make fertility affordable. So
Mhm.
what he wants to do is either IVF and fertility drugs and stuff like that would fully be funded by the government, or they'll make the insurance companies pay for it, right? So I'm like, dang, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. But they're like, well, he took away, abortion. And I'm like, so? So what? He didn't take it away. He left it up to the state. So that's your state. So that goes back to what you're saying on the state level, on getting the right people in there that will do the things that the people need. Not saying whether it's right or wrong, but y'all can't be blaming that man and mad at him because y'all can't have it no more. I'm like, y'all are fighting for reproductive rights, but the only thing y'all talking about is the right to unalive your unborn child.
You can blame so much as where you can shift it to somebody where you know they ain't gonna go, and then they'll just complain about it, and that's exactly what that is. They'll be mad at him about an abortion, then he'll say it's to the state, but then they won't look at their state and see that the local officials, everybody that they could have voted in, they could have voted them in, but that's what I'm saying. There's no course. Black people, we don't have no course that we take in school or even outside of as adults in society on politics. None of us do. We get it from the internet. We get it from parents or however you used to voting. And then some people get it from BET and TV shows on who to vote
Right,
for.
right. Right. I just found that very funny that they was okay with that. It was one girl on TikTok. Yeah, TikTok, man, that place, even though it's bad, I still feel like that's a very dangerous place.
Yeah, I was on this clubhouse room. They were saying how so many people then got paid from TikTok and all these different things. And I said, okay, that may be true. I think all the platforms offer some type of monetary compensation to
Hmm.
some degree.
Hmm.
But to me, the damage that TikTok do, like I've heard in 1 week, I've heard a lot of people tell me TikTok is informative, everything on there, and it's been people in their 40s and 30s, and I'm thinking like, y'all crazy to even make that statement. TikTok is informative. I don't see it that way.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that there's not nothing that you can't learn on there, but I think it's kind of I don't see learning based on some app where some informative information, then you do one click and you see all the regular stuff, and you click and you see something else, some weirdo stuff. You see all kinds of stuff on TikTok. I don't have it. I had it
Hmm.
and tried to deal with it, but I didn't want that on my phone.
Right, right. So the whole DIE situation, Umar came out and said it didn't benefit black people. Do you
Explain that to
agree?
me. I ain't up on that.
What DIE? So like that's more like a law that or act that was benefited for inclusion for everybody. So when you look it up and when you read about it, it's just not for black people, it's for everybody. It came in, around with affirmative action and stuff like that back then. So it was for people with disabilities, and as time comes on, it's for the people that don't feel included nowadays in certain things. You know what I mean? So that's what it's mainly for. But black people are upset because they feel like they um get the short end of the stick when they go out for jobs. But I took a little panel post myself, and I asked a lot of my friends and folks around, and I asked them like, do they feel like I have a friend that's a banker, and he doesn't work the teller or nothing like that. He has an office. You go in there, you open up accounts and loans and stuff with him, right? And I was like, well, do you you know how hard was it for you to get the job that you got? He was like, well, not really hard at all because I worked for it and I got the position that I got right now based off my performance, not because he feels it's not because he's black. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I can honestly say that he's telling the truth. That's how he feels on how, he got a job. So do you feel like uh is this a low self-esteem thing? Like, why do people feel like they need that and they're not going to get good jobs because they don't have that act around? Like, what's going on?
I think again, it's one of them things where racism be so bad as to where somebody throw you something and you can use as a crutch, and then you use it so much, and then they remove it. You crying that you can't get on without it. It's like you don't even need that crutch, and you cry like the crutch not being there. It's sad, man.
Right,
That's that's sad right there.
right, right. I think a lot of people depend on other things, you know?
It's I should have got this because I'm black. They only did this because I'm black. Can't keep using that for everything. It's like,
Yeah, like when you be more and so like why would you want the job just because they're giving it to you because you black? Why would you even want that? You should get it because you earned it. People like to be given things. Like that's a hard
yeah,
one.
taking it or earning it, yeah. Give it to them.
That's it. Yeah, they huh?
I've been hearing about that. Was it DEI?
Yeah.
I've been hearing about that all day. I didn't have a chance to look it up. So what's the thing with Target or something? Is that connected to some Target or
With
something? Or
Target, I don't know. Like I've seen that. Why are we boycotting Target right now?
some
Anybody
lady?
in the comments, is anybody in there? Tell us why are we boycotting Target? Because I don't know.
I don't even shop. You shop at Target?
Mm, no, I mean,
I ain't been
like
to
I'll
Target.
go in there. Like if I'm looking for something specifically and it's in there, I'll go get it. But
I ain't
like I'm gonna go on Target. No,
been to Target.
But if I look online, I'm like, oh, they got this bra or they got this vitamin. Like I went in there the other day for a vitamin supplement because it's not at Walmart. It's not, and I can find it on Amazon, but it's gonna take a day or two to get here. So I just went to Target and got this supplement that I wanted.
Right. Yeah, I ain't been to Target.
So yeah, y'all, in the middle of this boycott, I went to freaking Target. What happened at Target in the news? I'm about to look it up right now. Target is ending its diversity girl goals. That's strong. Whoa. It says Target. So this is from apnews.com. And they're basically saying Target is ending its diversity goals as wait a minute, skip ad. Let's move this out of the way. Why is this here?
So what's that mean? That they're not
It
going to
is
care?
Target is ending its diversity goals as a strong DEI opponent occupies the White House. So basically, this article is by Ann D. Inazino. It's just basically saying that discount store chain Target said Friday that it would join rival Walmart and a number of other prominent American brands in scaling back diversity, equality, inclusion incentives that have come under attack from conservative activists and, as of this week, the White House. So basically, they're going to scale back the diversity, equality, inclusion. So basically, like, if remember they was talking about the bathrooms and
Right.
we're not going to judge, and if he thinks he's a girl, or he think he's a woman and he's dressed as a woman, he might look like a woman, he should be able to go in a woman's bathroom,
So
stuff like that.
scaling back.
Like I guess they're going to scale back on it.
Shower with Jolie instead. This isn't.
The Minneapolis-based realtor said that the changes is to its belonging at the bullseye strategy would include ending a program it established to help Black employees build meaningful careers, improve the experience of Black shoppers, and to promote Black-owned businesses following the police killing of George Floyd in 2020.
I don't know about that.
You see that? They employ over 400,000 people. It said it's already had planned to end the program this year. The company said Friday that it was also would include the diversity, equality, inclusion, or DEI goals it previously set in 3-year cycles. So they're pretty much gonna, but they're whoever wrote this article, like, you got to be careful how you read this. You got to understand how you read it because that article was very, very, like, yeah, you targeted one, like, if you're going to say diversity and equality, and you're just going to have Black people in the article. It's so many other groups of people that feel that way. So why are you just targeting Black people in that one article?
It's only specifically for us when it's not.
Mm-hmm. 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 Hold on. Let me go because I am I was on the New York Times. They got one on here too. Commitments and policies. Yeah. So basically, this is it. DEI is for everybody. It's for everybody. It's just and from what I'm hearing from a couple of other people's platforms, it was more for feminism.
So that means it could be for somebody white trying to go to a HBCU.
Yeah, it could be that too. But see, at the end of the day, I feel like people had a right to hire who they want to work in their place.
Yeah, I mean,
Like like why would you want to force yourself to be included somewhere that doesn't want you? It's almost like you being spiteful to make somebody like you, even though they don't like you.
and you willing to endure poison and anything.
You willing to endure trauma from it.
Trauma from it, trying to prove a point.
Yeah. What? Like the guy that sued the salon, the wax lady, because she wouldn't wax his genitalia, and she said she don't feel comfortable and she's not experiencing waxing men's. Well, I'm not a man. Well, yeah, yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that is a vajayjay in front of me when really it's cock-a-doodle-doo.
That's crazy. Right there, him to even respond with
And he
that.
sued the lady. He sued her for inclusion. You need to include me in your business. I'm suing you, so you got to pay me. And oh, you can't pay me? Well, we're gonna shut your whole business down, bankrupt you. Yes, spiteful. I'm talking about like you see a lot of people are very hateful, very very hateful, very very hateful.
Him recognizing two genders is a good sign.
A what
Trump recognizing only two genders is a good sign.
is it?
Yes, that is a good sign. Yes.
Mm.
I don't want to be calling somebody a him or her and vice versa and all that.
They
I don't agree.
them.
Yeah, I don't agree to that. I agree to look at and obviously you see a woman, you're gonna say it's a woman. You don't want to.
Somebody, one of my friends said one time, I was watching his post or his live, and he said only things in his life, only thing he ever heard in his life describe themselves as they, them, and us and we is when you read the Bible, and they was talking to the multiple demons and legions inside of this person, and they when they try to exercise them, they always talk about us and yeah. What do you think about that?
I don't know much about that. I can conceive the idea and remember some of the scriptures, but yeah, I don't.
You know, and I probably sent you that video the other week, the other day with that girl. She was like, "I'm no longer her. I am us, them, and they."
Uh, I'm not sure. I've seen a few of those within the last week.
Hmm. So, what do you think about the tariff things? Did you do any research on that and taxes? Do you think tariffs is going to end taxes?
Tariffs?
Hmm.
No,
Tariffs,
no,
tariffs, TARIFFS.
I don't think no.
Well, did you know that before taxes, tariffs used to pay the debt and pay for whatever this country needed? Like we weren't taxed. Tariffs paid for everything. They started taxing the people to pay for war.
Pay for wars, and then it went down to that.
Hmm. And they stopped taxing us once the war ended, but then they had to start taxing us again during Vietnam, and then they realized like this is a thing, so we're just gonna keep taxing y'all.
Taxes is crazy, man. This is
So Trump is, I feel like he's going to try to eliminate taxes. You already seen how they be talking about him. He don't pay none. Sure, he probably don't want nobody else to ever have to pay none again.
so if you turn people on to what he on to, then yeah. But I mean, it's going to be some type of repercussion. Anything at this point lightening up on us is definitely going to be a repercussion in some other area. Because I don't think he ain't finna get up in there and just life gonna be grand now that he doing it. It's just a different direction
Hmm.
to go towards a goal. That's all.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But a lot of people think that it's going to take away income taxes. You get to keep all your money.
Right.
Um, and so what if a $5 toy goes up 25%? Come on, man. You got all your money. You get to keep all your money. Buy
Yeah.
that same toy in America and stop buying it overseas. Because I
I
kind of
mean,
feel
yeah,
like him doing that is going to bring more jobs to this country. That's it.
man, I don't. I'm down here in Alabama, and I'm seeing a whole different side of how an economy works. 'Cause it's different down here. It's minimum wage is 7.25. The
$7.25.
legal minimum wage is 7.25 down here. Now you don't have everybody getting paid 7.25, but you got people that can be offered that price on a job. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's price of living is low down here, but it's a lot of they outsource a lot of employees. And
Mm-hmm. What you mean outsource a lot of employees?
they prefer to go with outside workers as opposed to people that's here because I guess they didn't run the mill. They didn't run the mill with the people that's here. So I guess fresh people from out of state, I guess they're more apt to work and take a job serious. And I don't know what it is. My first job down here, I went to a temp service and they was paying the temp service $40 an hour. Yeah, and I didn't know it. I didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, if y'all wanted to pay that much for me, that means I can go to y'all on my own and ask for less, like 39, 35, still cutting y'all a deal.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that going on down here. And this state isn't, they don't have a lot of regulations down here in certain businesses. And that's for a reason because this is one of the low uh, uh, comprehension states, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. Those are kind of like the low, the read levels and all that different stuff. But it's true, and that's why it's not a lot of regulations down here. The ignorant person isn't going to try to do too much business down here.
Mm-hmm.
They're going not going to do business. They're going to look for a job, and then everybody else can just do business down here.
Right. Did you see what happened in Mobile today?
Now, what happened?
The dome or something? The
Yeah.
stadium, the dome fell through. It has too much snow on it. Too much snow on top of it. The thing fell through.
You can build that thing strong because any other state, you can't really compare construction East Coast and West Coast. West Coast and East Coast and down south construction, but that's something right there. That should have been. It didn't even snow a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's they're not prepared.
Or that sound like that was like meant to happen or something, right?
Not really that. It's just that they don't prepare for when they built that. They didn't say, "Oh, okay, well, in another season it's going to be a whole lot of snow, so we got to make sure it's durable." They're not thinking it's going to snow down there, so they just build certain things other than water or some wind. They're not thinking about no snow.
Oh,
you would think old snow, but nah, it shouldn't, I guess.
Right. So, back to this whole political thing. So, you got the whole pardon situation. Let's talk about all of the pardons. It was a lot of pardons being thrown around the past couple of months.
I heard.
Joe's whole family got one. So, if you partner a whole family, you know that he doesn't even have to pardon himself because, you think your son was doing that by himself? No, sir. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got rid of that. And he also pardoned Fauci.
From the COVID.
Gave him pre-interview, whatever that is, pardon.
That was the COVID dude, right?
Mm-hmm. The doctor.
Yeah. I mean, people that took it got to be alarmed.
That's what I said. Like, if I would have taken that, like, I would feel so sick right now. So sick.
Yeah,
but a lot of people don't feel no type of way. They're not even paying no attention. They're like, oh, he's innocent. He was trying to protect everybody. But he even said, like, you got so much stuff out here where he contradicted himself on so many times, so many different levels. And the fact that all of these companies fire people, made people get, actually, you know what? They didn't make anybody do anything. You go and get that stuff on your own. People just felt like they were going to lose their job.
I'm gonna tell you something I noticed. I don't know if it's a connection in this, but I noticed it. It's a lot of young people that took it that kind of going schizophrenic.
What you mean?
A lot of young people who took it and have recently gone schizophrenic. I know multiple cases with people, and heard another one today. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of odd right there. Normal. Yeah, starting to look at their family members different and acting strange, weird, talking crazy. Within the last, but this has been within the last, I think, definitely.
And they say, like, the people that didn't take it, they call us pure bloods. We're pure bloods. Huh?
It's true. Yeah, you got pure blood.
Yeah, we're pure bloods, but we shouldn't mix with the people that took it. Like, you shouldn't have intercourse with those type of people, stuff like that, because it's in their blood now. What do you think about that?
I make jokes about that online, but it's been true. I ain't gonna say I would refuse, but I haven't dealt with any woman that's been vaccinated.
Have you asked them, like, when you're getting to know a woman, do you ask her?
No, I knew that they wasn't. I knew that they wasn't.
You knew that they wasn't vaccinated.
Yeah. We talk about everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, you ask them and stuff, because I ask.
In conversation and just how we been dealing with each other, we know that they wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, because I ask and if they say yeah, I don't continue none of that. No, ain't nothing else to talk about because we would clash on so many levels, on so many things. Because if you really think about it, the type of person that will refuse that and go against the grain, that is somebody that their mind is on a whole nother level. But a person that actually did it and trusted it, even though, and you got two types of people that took it. You got people that just took it because everybody else around them told them and bullied them to take it. Then you got the people that just ran to go get it because they trust the government. So, it's just mind boggling the type of person that would go get that, to go get it. Man, one of my friends said the type of person that went and got the shot is the same type of person that voted for Kamala.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
No, you feel that way for real?
Of course. But look, I'm gonna tell you something that I heard with my
That was
boys.
you that said that. You know that, right? That was one of your posts.
It sound like it.
That was one of your posts.
It sound like it. I was gonna tell you this true story that I had heard with my own ears. After COVID, I heard a black man say, "I can't wait till they come with the vaccinations so I can have a beer and eat a steak in a restaurant. And the people that don't, they're gonna be stuck in the house, and I'm gonna be in there having my beer and eating my steak." And I couldn't believe
Uh-huh.
it.
Hold on one second. Did, did my volume level change? Oh, okay, good. I guess I'm gonna take this off. I don't really need it.
What was that quote again? The same type of people that voted for Kamala did what?
The same people that took the vaccines voted for Kamala.
I mean, it seemed like you could align that. Yeah, they. I'm pretty sure some people that didn't get vaccinated that would have voted for her, but I think the overwhelming majority, yeah, they definitely vaccinated.
Right.
Proudly with the boosters and everything.
Like with all the information, and the fact that now they're promoting ivermectin like crazy online. Ivermectin is what they were the doctors was trying to get people to get on. And let me tell you, when that stuff was going down, ivermectin was being sold at Tractor Trailer Supply, and they were out. Like when you go there, the cashiers were saying nothing but a bunch of doctors and nurses was coming in there to buy it.
What is it called?
It's called ivermectin. It is a horse dewormer, but really, come on now, anybody can take it. If you're gonna take it, just take it. It's a dewormer. But from the study, it was just basically saying that it helps reduce the symptoms of COVID. It helps get you back going. And let me tell you, I've had COVID twice. And the first time I had it, I didn't get it until like a year and a half after like it came out. Meaning we went through the whole shutdown and I worked. I was seeing 100 people a day, touching money, taking credit cards, massaging people. Yeah, we had a mask on because we had to, but shoot, my boss didn't even want that to happen. But anywho, yeah, man, I didn't catch it for another year and a half after it came out. That lets you know it wasn't that contagious. It would be people that was just in the office 2 days ago and they'd come in, they were supposed to come in for that day for their appointment, but like I got COVID. But I'm like, dang, I just seen her the other day. I just seen her 2 days ago. I wonder if she came in here, you know what I mean? But when I look back at it, it wasn't that contagious, especially the studies that we would do on it and when we sent people for their blood work and stuff. And I just seen it that it wasn't that. And people got mad. One dude told me I was a horrible mom because I wasn't getting my kids vaccinated.
Yeah,
And this
they
dude that was trying to holler at me, we was out on a dinner date and he told me that. Yeah, that's the last time we had dinner.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard a lady in the restaurant say everybody needs to be vaccinated.
No, y'all just need to focus on yourself. Want to do it, go do it. But it then came out that I knew a lot of it was placebo.
I would hope.
It's all coming out, and nobody's like, and that's the thing. They're kind of like looking the other way. It's like, look, it's right there. You know how like you telling your kid, Hey, babe, get that remote off the couch right there. And they looking everywhere. Even though you sit on the couch, they looking everywhere but the couch.
Hey, when that testing was going on, I was able to go. I was able to visit Kenya without being tested. We just had to do a test to show that you don't have COVID. That's it. You had to have a COVID shot. So when I came back, I wanted to see how they set everything up, and I signed up for a shot. When I went down to CVS, when the doctor came out, he didn't even ask for ID. He just asked who I was, and I just raised my hand. He came over there. He was already ready with the syringe and everything. I'm thinking I could have sent somebody else in here that didn't mind getting vaccinated in place of me, and I would have been on file as being vaccinated for whatever they was going to shut and do. And that was the aspect
Mm.
that could have happened. I think in most cities you could have did that. I don't think they was really asking for ID because they fear who gonna come in as somebody else to get vaccinated with somebody else. That's how serious I was with not being
Right, right. I didn't care. Honestly, no, I didn't get it done. A lot of people kept telling me, you need to go get it done. Make sure you go get it done. No, for what? Like, I don't know anything about it. It's not even enough information out here on it for me to be like, oh, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, most of y'all already know I ain't fully vaccinated my kids either. So why would y'all even hit me up to tell me to do that?
vaccinated. Yeah. If I knew it was a placebo in it, I'd go ahead and play the role. But nah.
Nah, I wouldn't even do that because you don't really know what's in it. Like, okay, like check it. That it's in it. They talk about that it's in it that it has HIV in it, or they use like cells from it, right? Right. So that means that let me tell you, the influx of HIV in a lot of states right now has gone sky high. In Carolinas and Texas and Alabama, Atlanta. There's a lot of places. If you go look it up, what is it? Oh, we can look it up right now. The rates scales. And I'm like, ever since that stuff came out,
I wasn't gonna take it under no circumstance. Didn't have a need to. I didn't have no job pressuring me.
yeah, they on here talking about it's on the rise. Statistics. That's what you want to look up because if it's in it, don't you think like and that thing's supposed to take over your cells and how does that work? You know what I mean? The RNA and they're making a copy of the virus and it does this, that, and the third. Come on now, y'all don't even know what they putting in this stuff and what they making in it. We barely even know what they putting in our ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream and food, and you talking about your blood strength. Yeah, that's. I heard it has to be activated. Something activates it.
Night of the living dead. So
That's true.
good job for not for standing your ground.
Oh,
Standing your
definitely,
ground.
definitely. It's serious.
All right. Well, I think it's been like over an hour and 30 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and shut it down now with cocktails with Michelle. This Sunday pour up, we had Lamont Macon and his views and perspectives since he's been going off online
I want to
in
congratulations.
capital letters every day.
I want to
Hmm?
congratulations on your platform too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did you watch the movie yet?
You told me you was what movie?
My movie that's on Tubi.
No, you know how I am with watching TV.
Man, you got to get on Tubi and watch this movie. It's called Asking for a Friend.
The brother here, I ain't even seen his movie. I've been out here 6 months now. Still ain't seen his movie on there. You know what I mean?
Nah, for real, go watch the movie. I don't care about all that other stuff. Go watch the movie. Yeah, I'm on the MDN Network podcast with Jeremy J. Love. Y'all can catch us MDN Network on YouTube and Instagram. Cocktails with Michelle on YouTube. Got a lot of nice stories coming out. Probably got like a couple of interviews this week.
Bet.
Yep. So stay tuned. I think this week I'm gonna do a sleep deprivation tank thing. You know where they got the water in there, the salt water. You lay in it and you float inside a little pod.
What you gonna do?
Yeah. Yep. It's
All
this
right.
lady that, and she was like, she can't get nobody to come and do the thing. So I was like, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna videotape it and everything, and I'm gonna do an interview with her. Her name is Gigi. It's called Enhanced Imaging. So she got a
I got
cool
you.
salon.
I got
Yeah,
you.
it was about to be fun. I really wish I had a friend here to come and do it with me, so we could talk about the experience together.
Now that'd be dope right there.
hmm hmm Well, thank you for joining me today. We're gonna sign off. And
Thank you
you
for
have a good evening. Thank you for your perspective. Thank you for a pleasant talk. You're always a pleasure to talk to. Look at that.
likewise. We'll chop it up soon.
All right. See you
All right.
later. Bye.